Welcome! I am Aaron Smith, DKA, the rapping professor of the Department of Africology and African American Studies in the College of Liberal Arts at Temple University. As you can see behind me, students and community members enter campus through here more than any other point on campus. So it's very important as a first impression or even as a daily welcome, right? To remind people of where they are and that they belong here. And I think that Temple has always been intentional to recognize the value and importance of the community, not just their voices, but also their presence, and respect the fact that although we have a campus and we are a university community, we do exist in the North Philadelphia area and larger community. And here we are in the newly renovated, we like to say upgraded, middle of Mazur Hall and Gladfelter Hall. Having the architecture and the landscaping communicate a certain spirit, you know, of cooperation and fluidity, I think it's more in line with the ways that people view education and even view themselves today. One of the things I think is so interesting, when you look at some of the drafts and plans for different landscaping and architectural projects, you can never really fully understand the ways in which that the students or whoever the design is created for will engage it. Because when I was thinking about these stairs, I didn't really think of these as places to sit. But when you see how the students, you know, decide and acclimate to various spaces, there's ideas that you couldn't envision until the space was actually created. It's a beautiful cooperative process where you have landscapers and planners and engineers who might start this process, but it's the students who really put that cherry on top, those finishing touches, where they decide and implement some degree of agency as to exactly how the space is going to be used. We'll take a little walk around and I can talk a little bit. You got to get me in one of those beach chairs. You don't need a beach to have a beach experience. Oftentimes we spend so much of our energy and attention focusing on what's not before us, what we don't have access to. So this is beautiful to have real, genuine, open access where everybody who's willing and desirous can enjoy this kind of space and this kind of seat. I was going to ask if I look comfortable, but I know that I do because I am. There's a coming together here, you know, and it's not just because you see some gray and red. The ways in which the landscaping complements the architecture, you know, and vice versa, I think is powerful and it's important because you don't want things to be disjointed. You know, sometimes students are coming from far away from home and they have a roommate, so they really don't have an opportunity, even within their own dormitories, to have that kind of solitude and solace. You need these kind of outdoor spaces. I think with the increased attention to mental health, I saw a statistic recently, upwards of 25 to 30% of the students between 18 and 24 from the CDC had experienced depression, anxiety, even suicidal ideation. You need people, you need institutional support, but you also need spaces that encourage and allow you to reflect and be mindful and to think and imagine, because there's a big difference between being here and being heard. We're gonna make sure that everybody has a place and has a voice because that's the beautiful course that Temple tries to create, a sense of belonging. We're gonna recognize the fullness of your humanity and the richness of your identity, and we're gonna celebrate it. I'm here with Timothy Welbeck, the director of the Anti-Racism Center here in Mazur Hall at Temple University.
To be in a space like this, it enhances thought, and there's research to support that too. Just your environment helps to propel you or potentially discourage you from being operating in your highest mind. And so to have an environment like this that's so open and engaging but still conducive for working.
The students took the initiative just because of the quality of the space and how welcoming and accommodating it was for such events. The students have just decided that these are event spaces now.
It speaks to the power of the space. It's in a convenient location in between the social science building and the humanities building, so a significant amount of foot traffic comes through here.
You know, I'm a part of like a lot of like different organizations with Smooth and everything, so we come out here, you know, during nighttime and everything like that, we like have our meetings, and it's very peaceful up there, you know. All the students come up here, you know, and just do what you gotta do, you know, come and vibe out and everything like that. So I appreciate y'all for doing this again, and that's really it.